ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yu, and I'm from the College of Business. And tonight, I'm going to explore if technology will make our life better or worse. And in order to answer this question, this is my agenda tonight. I'm going to start with a lesson in history, and then study the current trends of today's technological development, and finally end with my conclusion and a final lesson I'd like to give to you tonight. So let's take a trip back to 1966. What happened in 1966? Well, the first steps in the campaign against the eradication of smallpox was initiated. Mankind had enough of this terrible and ravaging disease, and in an unprecedented era of global cooperation, world leaders, governments, healthcare workers, and pharmaceutical companies started a series of vaccination programs which ended in the isolation of the last reported case of smallpox in a 2-year-old Bangladeshi girl. In 1980, the WHO declared and certified that smallpox had been eradicated off the face of the earth. So, my key message tonight is this. From this smallpox victory, it's clear that it was a shining victory in human history. However, most general opinion claims that the victor was technology, vaccination technology. However, I think there's a very important player who was not taken consideration into that equation, and that is politics. Why? Because it is a political decision which influenced that campaign. So, I am discovering if technology makes life better or worse, right? So in order for technology to make life better, what must it achieve? In my opinion, technology has to achieve 4 very important criteria. First, being human health. Second, it has to improve education. Third, it has to see a meaningful increase in the overall standards of living. And finally, number 4 is the pursuit of freedom and fulfillment. The smallpox case was an example where technology, with the right backing of technology, can achieve miracles. However, let's come back to 2013 today. Today, technology does not really achieve on those 4 criteria. Instead, technology seems to have another ultimate goal, which is called convenience. Today, when we talk about technology, we think about the latest computers, our smartphones, apps, automated algorithms which control stock trades, and these things, don't get me wrong, are amazing and they enrich our personal lives. However, it's a little important that it does not take into consideration where we are going towards the future. So as I said, the smallpox example was a case where technology with the right political backing can achieve miracles. However, what happens if we have technology absent political backing? Well, the first thing is this. There's one big issue which we still did not solve, though we have the technology to solve it, and that is renewable energy. Today, in 2013, less than 2% of the world's energy consumption is derived from renewable sources, and political institutions and governments do not pursue renewable schemes due to economic reasons. But there is a very important exception to this rule. Take a look at this graph here. Denmark's energy consumption is derived 45% from renewable sources, and that is a result of the Danish government's policies towards renewable energy, where they put a lot of investment towards it. There is another second issue which is not solved, though we have the technology, and that is hunger. Some people think hunger is a result of not enough food being produced, but that is not the case. Hunger occurs when political systems fail. The world produces enough food to feed the world 4 times over. It's a problem of management, and political institutions and governments are not organized enough to have an efficient distribution system, and that is why we have hunger. The third issue is the prevalence of deadly diseases, such as AIDS and malaria. Now, while these are terrible diseases in their own right, current medical technology is sufficient to treat and isolate these diseases and start a series of campaigns just like the smallpox example. However, once again, politics is the failure here. Political institutions are very unorganized when they deal with these relief efforts, and that is why they contain them towards problematic regions such as Africa and Southeast Asia. So it's very easy to point fingers and blame and judge these issues, right? However, my key message is that there's something lacking here. We have the technology, but we lack the political motivation and the backing, which drives people to get together and try to make a change. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm nearing the end of my presentation, and I'd like to give you my final message. I'm going to give you another technological achievement of the 20th century, which I think is amazing, which is the lunar landings. We managed to send 3 people to the moon. Was it a political decision by the US government? Absolutely. But that should be secondary to what technology of the 1960s achieved. After all, if we can send 3 people to the moon and back, why can't we solve simple issues which face here on Earth? Thank you very much.